Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Frequency Domain by developer Sagar Patel. This is something a little strange and a little bit different, not necessarily the usual stuff that we cover on the channel. I do these every now and then. This is more of maybe a toy or a music visualizer than it is necessarily a game, so hopefully you guys are all cool with that. What we're going to be looking at is something like a three-dimensional, rainbow-filled experience of music. I guess that's probably the best way I'm going to be able to put it. I'm not sure there's an eloquent way, or more of an eloquent way to put it than that. So we're going to load up a music file. We're going to take a little journey through it. And in this case, we're going to be looking at Blaze Blue in 8-bit. This is the intro music for it, and I think it kind of fits really well for the composition of what this game can present for us. I do want to preface, of course, if you have any issues with flashing lights or colors, or even some motion sickness, is going to be definitely a bit on the disorienting side. You may want to avoid this one, but for those of you who want to continue, we will load this up. And I should mention, this is a totally free game if you want to go, or toy, I guess, in this case. If you want to go ahead and grab it, there will be a link in the description, and there is a Greenlight for this game, and it is, just free to the public to grab. It's not a finished game. I think we're in beta right now with this one, so that is also something to bear in mind. So yeah, let's do Awakening the Chaos in 8-bit, and we'll just have a journey. So here we go. Things are going to be a little bit slow to start in, as they often are with most compositions in music. And we can steer our character around, or rather fly through this environment by using WASD. There's also a mode that you can press with spacebar that sort of elongates everything and makes things a little bit inverted. And then I'm also told there's a wireframe mode if we press M that makes things a bit more solid. You might actually prefer this mode as the standard method. I think we were looking at wireframe mode to begin with, so we actually want to probably look at the other one. So as things start to warm up, you'll notice the colors will be rotating. There's a bunch of various objects and things going off in the distance, and they will modulate with the music. There's even something like an editor, where if you want to, you can actually make a custom musical experience as you look through the whatever the file happens to be that you're actually going through. I want to see if I can bounce off of some of these, and usually you can get some height and jump up in the air. For some reason, it doesn't seem like I'm colliding with the ground in this case. Oh, I think... No. I thought I was maybe landing back into it. There's usually a little bit of a sense of physicality as you're soaring along this landscape. And you can find yourself in little pits and valleys and various nooks and crannies, and try to even surf through some of them. Although there is no overt goal in this game, like I mentioned, or I keep saying the word game, but it's not necessarily what I'm trying to imply with it. Basically, you make your own experience out of this however you choose to. You don't necessarily really have to do much of anything. In fact, you could just leave the thing alone and just watch it go. I'm actually just holding down on S right now just to see if it will... It does seem to put us further away, and now I'm holding into W, and it seems to push us a bit closer to the front. So we can actually accelerate or decelerate in this case. The developer has expressed that he has no interest in making this into more of an overt game. I think this is sort of right in the middle ground where he seems to want things. Just more of an enjoyable, introspective time to experience whatever music you want in a three-dimensional fashion. There is apparently also an Oculus Rift build for this, which sounds like a really fascinating thing. I'm going to do some barrel rolls, I think. Oh, wait, there I go. I've soared up into the air. That's not actually what I meant to do, but now that lets us at least see things from a different perspective. There we go, so you can watch it from overhead. But yeah, I can imagine if we were riding along on this from a, directly out of your eyes perspective, this would be even more stunning than it already is. And I think there's even a way that I can go and edit I can edit the red scale factor. I'm not sure why that's the only... Oh, okay, each one has a different scale based on if I move it in and out with the arrow keys. So I can make this primarily a red landscape if I want to. I think the song should hopefully just loop back around. I was going to see if I could get some more rainbows involved. There we go, it's just starting up again. You set the green scale. I guess if I set all these up, it's just going to be white, so I guess that might not be necessarily the most interesting thing to look at. But it does tend to rotate through the colors based on where we are in the composition. So there we go. If I back out of that, now we are actually surfing along on the surface of this ground properly. There's some sort of a snake mechanism thing going off in the distance, and this is more of what we were meant to see the first time. I was just in sort of like edit mode, so I guess I could hop around and look up and down. By the way, the game does ship or come with downloads of a few songs that are normally mapped to 1 through 5, I think it is, and then if you press 6, it brings you to the menu for your custom songs. Then backspace lets you actually edit this stuff, so if you want to change these permutations or modifiers, you can feel free to do so at your leisure. But I think you'll probably want to spend the majority of your time surfing around in the pits like this. And now you can see you actually will bounce into things like I was trying to show you before. And then it's M to turn on and off wireframe mode. And wait, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's R and E, I think it is. Wait, E and just E. Okay, apparently R doesn't actually do anything. I'm still sort of learning this as I go. So yeah, that's going to get real dizzying real fast, so maybe not do that. Oh, it's Q and E. Okay, so it's just the two keys next to W, A, S, D. So fair enough. I guess that kind of makes plenty of sense. I kind of wish there was more going on in the distance. Like, I feel like as much as this does quite a bit to vary in the visualizations that you can see of what you're jumping over, the stuff off in the distance feels like it's just a little bit bleak or sparse, and maybe I'd like to see some more activity off there. I kind of feel like we should be rushing through space, but it's just sort of only what you see on the ground in front of us. And then if we go to the left or right on both sides, it doesn't really seem like there's much going on there. But the game is not finished, or the toy is not finished, the visualizer is not finished yet. So I could imagine there could be more to do there. But really, as far as it goes, I think that's really about all there is to see. What I would do if I was interested, or if you were interested rather, because I am interested in having a fun time jaunting through this. But if you want to see more, you can go ahead and load a bunch of your different MP3s in, see what you like. Find something that perhaps has a little bit of modulation in, tone as you go through it. Start with something that's maybe a little bit heavy in like bass, and then move different frequencies through if you have any specific music like that, or something that starts off at a bit of a slow pace and works its way up. All of those things tend to make for more enjoyable landscape formation. So, I mean, it is what you make of it. It's pretty to look at, and I think that's really all I wanted to share with you guys. Just something you could do for fun if you're in the mood for something like this. So with that, I guess I will leave you. Short episode, I know, but I guess there's not all that much to cover in Frequency Domain. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. So go ahead and download it if you wish. It does have a page on Greenlight. If you're interested, feel free to leave a vote. I'm sure the developer would appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Links, again, all are in the description if you want to find out more about me. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter, find me out on Facebook. I've got my own site, of course, indie-impressions.com. Over 700 other episodes in this series, so there's plenty more to see. And I do apologize for going over the same soundtrack like 3 times now and not just being quiet so you could listen to it. It's a YouTube thing. Hopefully, you get it. Just, hashtag just YouTube things. That's how it rolls. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I hope to see you again tomorrow. New episodes go up every single day, so if you enjoyed what you see, consider leaving a like, and do stop back by tomorrow again for another one. So I will see you then. I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to you later.